Yo guys, Saber here, welcome to the video. So we are in a very interesting position here, like a few days into the patch, where it seems like there are 3 decks that are just stronger than everything else. One deck that I'm sure a lot of you realized was really strong was right in the beginning of the patch. We had Iced, this card just playing for so many points, like 30 plus points in combination with Leader. And I think this card is still having a huge impact on the meta. That being said, it's not a card that's actually, or well, it's not a deck that is one of, well, it has fallen a little bit out of the meta. I still think it's strong, but the decks you're going up against, this is not great against. But that might be because Ice is so strong. That makes sense, because the other 2 decks that are really good are, first of all, Line Pockets. This is also a deck I played a lot in the beginning. I posted a video on that. I did change the version a little bit. I did cut Madame Savola for Siggy and Gord, so it's very similar to what a lot of other people are playing right now. I'm also playing a Pickpocket. And I think this is probably better than Madame Savola. Even though I really like that combo as well, I feel like this version is probably just more solid overall. But this deck usually beats Iced. They're quite good at protecting against Bloodthirst because you have cards like Shakedowns, you have a lot of armor and a shield from a card like Cleaver. A lot of your units go green, like the Halflings, like Sir, stuff like that. Even Siggy got the Intimidate tag. Jack comes down. You can spend with him to prevent Bloodthirst and got armor on his 2 companions, the Footmen. So all this deck is just very good at denying the Bloodthirst, and quite often you can actually just final Ice with this. If you're smart, you also try not to go too troll with the deck, because then the leader won't play for many points. The leader might only play for like 6 or 7. Obviously you'll still get the 12-point Utah, but the leader remove value won't be that big. You can even consider like giving immunity to Sir, for instance. This is the other deck that's really strong right now. And the final deck, and that's the deck that we are going to play today, that is Arachas. Now this is a deck I haven't played all that much myself, but it's a deck that is very strong in my opinion. It's good against Syndicate because you have the Tall Punish for them. Against Iced, well, these cards are not that great. Like, Heatwave can be decent, but the Erden is not great. But the reason why it's a good matchup is because you go so wide, and they basically only have Tall Punish. They have their big leader, Yalma. These cards just don't really do anything. That being said, they do obviously got the ships that can be used to ping your units. They have Hunters, they have Heralds, so they have a few cards that can be annoying. But for the most part, I would say that with like a Wildland Bruiser, with a Dark Array, with a Parasite, with a Heatwave, you have enough answers to shut them down. Just mulligan away the Erden, and you should be fine. So, again, I haven't played this deck all that much, but looking at the results from my teammates and what I've been seeing when I'm queuing into it, this deck is just very, very strong. Erden is obviously also great for the mirror, because if you manage to get last say with Erden, I mean, it's probably hard to lose, I think. So yeah, this is the deck. Let's try to jump into a few games with it and see how it performs. Okay, so we go up against probably Vi here, to be honest. So one very important aspect here will be to draw our Erden, because if we don't, then he's going to pull it, and then we could get in serious trouble. I think this is 11, right? This is a 10. This is also an 11, so it's 50-50 right now. Obviously, we would much rather that he pulls the Trist than the Erden. But let's try to see if we can draw it regardless. Okay. That did not work out. Hopefully he will still pull the Trist, right? We can still try to fill up our front row, I guess. That's probably actually something we should aim to do very quickly. Because if we do manage to fill up our front row, then... Oh, so he's playing... Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's probably still... This is probably Vi, I think. It's probably just Vi. So... We could do this now, I think. And now we actually have a full front row, for the time being. Which is really nice. Okay. It's not Vi, because Vi does not play Egan. So... It's kind of interesting. In that case, I think I might just Heatwave this. because it's also just denying him astral value. I'm not quite sure what else I would need to use the heat wave for. Okay. So what do we do here? We could go for another nest here, maybe. Just fill up the swarm. Could take this one now. This guy can come down soon. We could go for like a talisman next. And then we can start playing this. We need to be careful we don't use all horse swarm, but I think so far we're okay. Now we just start playing payoff cards. I'm really wondering what this guy's playing. If it's just some wholesome Olden Hunger deck. Seems like it might just be that. So now we can do this. So we're doing quite well so far, being up at a lot of points. Still have like another talisman if we want that. Although then we also can make a lot of our payoff. Okay. So we did get a pass here. We did commit double talisman and one of the evolutions here. So we need to see if we can find the behemoth is going to be very key. We want Triss to get more swarm. And obviously Erden and also just very good. So really good draw so far. Let's just get rid of this. The movement, I don't see it doing that much in this matchup except setting up some Erden value, which could be very powerful of course as well. But I think we have more important kinds of cards to find. So quite often this is a deck that wants to bleed, but I think with Erden, I think it's actually not. I think you just want to take the dry pass quite often. Because like the advantage to bleeding is that you can quicker develop your swarm, get your yin down, but at the same time, when you have Erden, it's just so nice just to have last say and just reset one of the opponent's rows. The Erden, we got the Bruiser back, so I think we just keep it. Right now we have Nairo into Behemoth. I think we just like to find maybe a Talisman or a Chimera. Found the Talisman. I think we keep this. I think it's absolutely fine. Okay, we could start off by just locking that, I think. Yeah, I think that's fine. You could go like Manticore now, I suppose. Then we actually gave him a pretty good Manticore, but he's not going for that. On the other hand, like it seems like he's actually going to fill his board fairly quickly. So my Yin is going to be worse, but at least that's going to make my Erden better as well, so it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I guess there's some anti-synergy between Crimson Curse and Erden. But yeah, I mean, what can we do about that? Both cards are still just really good, right? You just start like this. Then we probably go for like a leader charge, evolution next front row. That's probably just an easy parasite. Yeah, that seems fine. So hopefully we can kill stuff with this Crimson Curse. The worst part is if it just starts damaging stuff. Okay. So now we're gonna use a leader charge here. And we're gonna go for evolution here. The next turn we're probably gonna go Triss for it, another one, if possible. And then we are ready to go. I guess we could also just go for the Behemoth next. Yeah, so some wholesome Deadlaugh point spam he's playing. Okay. So we have 4 here, so if we go all our leader charges. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go. This is going to give us 3 units, so we want to be at 6. So we're going to go double leader charge here, I think. But yeah, I guess something to be careful here with this deck is that like you very easily overswarm as well. But that's something we need to be super careful of here as well. Because if we end up overswarming, then we should just use fewer leader charges. So need to be careful of that. He could actually be playing Werecat here. Werecat would hurt a lot. So honestly, we should maybe just slam the Yennefer next. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So I don't want to go for too many leader charges actually. I think we probably shouldn't go for any actually. Let's just go for this. Obviously this play isn't actually playing for all that many points. But I think when we go for the Bruiser later on, then we just set up a huge Erden. So it's actually fine. We could, for instance, move the Ikimara back row. Okay. Now we go Triss. Hopefully we find a talisman here. Really nice, really nice. And unless he's playing Erden himself, then I think we're in a very good spot now. It also seems like he has most of his buffs back row now. Oh shit. Okay, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. I was worried he had like a full 5 front row, but he didn't. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, so he basically has like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 plus 7, so that's 23, compared to 12, 13 plus 8, 21, but if you move this back row, there should be more points back row, so we could just do this, I guess. And you're ready to reset his row. Shouldn't be much you can do about it. I would have preferred to move something front row, but his front row was full, so we couldn't move something there. Just goes from this and Parasite. I think we just go Erden now. I mean, we could also wait, but I'm not sure what sort of... I mean, I guess there's no reason not to wait either. So let's just go for Talisman first here. I guess yeah, I mean, I guess Werecat here could hurt a little bit, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. I'm pretty sure our Erden should be bigger. Like, we're already up by 9 points, we have a huge finisher here. It's just a Maruna. And I believe he won't actually get the Maruna back if he uses a leader charge on it. He decided not to. So we just go for the Erden here, reset his row, easy game. So this is really like just showing the power of AQ in a long round with Erden. Let's say, like, I think he just beat almost everything. Obviously this is not a meta deck he was playing, but still a pretty good start. Let's go for another one. Okay, so we go up against Lion Pockets. This is a big test, I think, because this is one of the strongest, if not the strongest deck right now. So if we can get a good result against that, it's looking very promising for this deck, I would say. We're on blue coin, which I don't mind too much. I think we are supposed to commit here. I'm gonna kick the squirrel. Double nest is maybe okay here. So we go... Maybe we only need one nest, actually. I think this is fine. We're just gonna go nest here front row to start off with. And then we could go for Behemoth soon. So this was kind of to be expected. I could heatwave that. I think I might actually just heatwave that. Because it might make it more awkward for him to get the other one out. And we still have Erden. Which is going to be very impactful later on. Because usually they play Sir and the now we said we kick the squirrel. But usually they play Sir and Cleaver in the same rows. We can just ignore them and then just earn them in the end. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just gonna go for the Crimson Curse probably here. This does actually mean we do not get full value from the Behemoth here, but I think it's gonna be fine. We have 3, 6, 7. We're just gonna lose on one token from this. Actually not. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just do something like this. This is obviously a very, very powerful card, but I think it's absolutely fine to commit it as well. Because all that really matters here is that you win the round, I think. Win the round, get last say, and I think we should be in a really good spot. Probably just going to go Maxi next. Try to see if we can guarantee some good top decks later on. Doing leader charges here. That looks like a little bit of a weird... Oh, it's going for soul. Okay, I see. So this is obviously... this is actually a bit of an issue. Bit of an issue. Like, we do have a pass here. But is that really a good pass? We've got rid of 4 of his leader charges. Both of his safe crackers. But I also played my Crimson Curse. I'm wondering if I can afford to keep going here. Because these will come down soon, playing with pretty good value as well. Honestly, I think that might just be better. But this is a very big decision in this game, because if the dry pass might be a better choice. Well, not the dry pass, the pass, sorry. And this could end up backfiring, I think. But he can't really activate that yet. And honestly, I might just parasite this, because if he's slow on spenders, then he won't really be able to spend any coins. He wanted to greed that because of the soul, of course, but now he might just struggle again. And he already used his Iron Mantis. I'm not sure if he has another card that can give him access to a spender here. Playing Jag is not very good for him, of course, because he just overprofits by 4. Goes for the Cleaver now. Wow, that's a big commitment. He overprofit by 3 here as well. But doesn't seem like he cares too much about that. I'm gonna keep going here. Gonna go for Maxi first, I think. We have pretty bad draws here. So what do we want to... We should probably move this... I mean, the Squirrel is actually a decent dry pass card if it comes to that. So maybe I'm just supposed to throw one of these Intriguer Warriors to the bottom. And I guess the issue with this play is that right now... Actually, it's perfect, right? We have 3, 6, 7. So we have perfect to just play all of our units here. If he goes to card like Philip at some point... Yeah, so he's just... let's see. Now we go for this. It's fine. Guess we go for one more leader charge, and then the other Chimera, and then Bone Talisman maybe. But obviously he can also activate his Cleaver at some point and just slam 10 points out of that, so it's looking a little dangerous, to be fair. Let's see what he decides to do. Now he starts activating. Does he have Siki here or something like that? I guess that's one of these. Okay, sure. I'm gonna go for leader charge here. Play for 18 points. And then we'll just see what his last card is, I think. Maybe the other steel charges are necessary, I'm not sure. Like, you could probably run the mass and some stuff, but let's just try to see what he got here. He's on 11. If you can't do the... Okay, he has the points. He has to use all of his steel charges, let's go for bloody good fun. Does it by 1 point. That is a little bit frustrating. But okay. What does he have left here? Still got some pretty powerful card left, to be fair. Having the Dork Array would have been really nice. I'll keep this hand, I think. He drives, so I'll just go for an Environment into Squirrel. It's obviously the second Environment, so it's not like it is kind of expensive to do so. But let's see. The Erden could end up being really bad now. Because we didn't find it for like earlier on, and now it's double last say. I doubt you'll actually give me any value on it. I could see mulliganing it here. We need cards like Triss and Yin. Okay, that's nice. I think I'm mulliganing away the Erden. How much can we swarm here? We should be able to swarm enough for that card to be playable, I think. So let's just keep this hand. Missing Yin, but I think that like it should be good enough, I think, hopefully. So I'll go for this first. Just do that. They usually don't have a good way to deal with any of your swarming anyway. Now we have one full row, and then we're probably just going to go full leader Triss, and we can choose between getting some more swarm or just... So yeah, he goes Tundral here, which is fine. This is super inefficient spending for him. So that's actually not a big issue. Could lock that, because if he's spending coins with that, like it might just also just be his only spender. I think I'll just lock that. But it's obviously scared of the Yin. I think now we prefer just to find some more swarm with Triss. But if we have to take Talisman, that's also okay. Goes for Jag instead. So Talisman would be 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. But something like this would be 4, 7, 8 plus. I think it's better to take more swarm. Oh wow, that's like a super big low roll here. That's kind of sad. We missed both Nest and yeah, but I guess it's like it can be really bad in this matchup, but still feels kind of bad when it happens. That might be game losing, to be honest. Like we played a 4 from Triss instead of playing for like a 10 plus. So let's say we lost like 6 to 7 points. I think at this point, if we got Siggy, it's probably pretty doomed here. Siggy will just represent way too many points for him. Looks like this is Siggy coming down. Yeah, and then Gord last, so I think we might lose here. I also think this was like very close to actually going well for us. Like round 1, if we take round 1, we probably win. Also, we ended up like not having access to the Erden or the lock on the Soul in round 1, which cost us quite a lot eventually. The last guy is probably always just Gord. Pickpocket, okay. That is also quite a lot of points. So okay, guys, let's try one more. Because I actually think this matchup is pretty favored, but there were a few things that didn't quite go our way here. Okay, so this seems to be... Maybe it's just Kelly. Maybe Maybe it's just Kelly. Kelly should be a really good matchup, although I haven't really played it much, so let's see, maybe it just backfires. We have some Swarm here, that's nice. We can kick you. Really need to find access to my Heat Wave here. He's probably just going to open dash or something. Let's see what he decides to do. We're not that scared of his engines, such as Kelly and Nithral, because we can just move them. Just decides to go for Maxi to start off with. Interesting. I'll just go for an Endrega Egg. He might slam dash now, just to play around the dive, I guess. He doesn't. That's really nice for me, honestly. That is really, really nice for me, because like, I don't think it's the correct play for him to do it, but if he does it, it would actually punish us quite a lot. Just do this to develop a bit more Swarm. If he's just going super tall in one unit, basically just saying from the tall punish it, then sure. Again, it feels kind of sad that we don't have any of our tall punish. But I think we should be okay still. As long as we find them later on. Kind of questionable, but I place that right into the Parasite range. I might just take that, honestly. Does give him an RC, of course, but still it should just be correct. I have to take the pass here, which looks a little bit weird to me. The Chimera is not online yet. I think we might just take a Talisman here. So I'm just wondering... Didn't get Maxi down, but we can actually just drop Max into the Dry Pass next, which is actually the perfect time to play the Maxi. In terms of increasing our odds of drawing the cards we need. That's the Heat Wave, good. Behemoth is good. I don't think we need a Nest. Environment is very good as well, of course. This movement card should be very powerful too. We're still missing a few good cards. Guess we could kick you for now. Just go for the max. Yeah, an alternative line is to go for Squirrel and this, but we don't actually care too much. So let's see. With this hand, we're going to draw these 3 cards. These 4 cards, and we're going to miss out on Crimson Curse or Yen. But we can go Invo on Ironman into the Yen, so we're just going to miss out on the Crimson Curse. I think that's okay. I think this is probably just a keep, to be honest. I think it's pretty greedy to try to get a better hand than that. Because I think Crimson Curse should be considered as a card that is going in a different round than Yen most of the time. So he has 2 threatening cards, he has Kelly, and he does have the Nithral. Now, I don't think like one of them going through is a big deal, which is why we're taking this line. Okay. So let's just try pass here. Because obviously we'll play Defender. I might have to Heatwave the Defender and then move something else. That should be okay. Honestly, we might even just Heatwave the Nithral. Oh wow, that's really bad for him that he has to commit like a card like these now. I guess it's playing around Durden a little bit, but still doesn't seem great for him. I don't think we care too much about his stash really. So we found these cards. We need to find the Yen. Sorry, the Erden here, so we need to mulligan a bit more. I'm wondering how much the Dark Array is going to do for us. He's probably just going to use leader charges on his units. I guess we'll get rid of the dash. He might just... I guess getting rid of the dash is actually quite nice. I'm wondering if we should kick the Talisman. But it also sounds kind of trolling in a long round like this. We just kick this. I guess this works out just fine. Okay. So I guess we actually do have access to Crimson Curse through this, but I think it's better just to go for, especially against this leader, I think it's better just to go for some more Swarm. So let's open with this. We go for this play. Seems fine to me. It is not particularly threatening. Like, it might just play into the Erden, in which case we don't really care too much about it. There's the dash, and this is where it's really paying off that he doesn't have a leader charge for it, because we can just log it. I guess you could have Purify, but let's try and see. If not, then this is just really, really sad for him, to be honest. There's a Nithral. And the Nithral is probably just a card I'm going to move, I think. It does mean that if he just drops Defender Kelly, we don't have an answer, but honestly, I think that's also, that's fine. Like, if his Kelly go through for the last 6 turns, then sure, it deals 6 kills with 6 tokens, that's powerful, but it's not going to lose us the game. If he has movement himself here, it would be a little bit annoying. Might be going for it here. Just goes for the Kelly, he doesn't even have Defender. We heat wave the Kelly, and that should just be game over on the spot. And I would be surprised if we didn't just forfeit here, to be honest. He might still have a Fogtail, but I very much doubt it's anything that's gonna hurt us. Keeps going, sure. But this game is just super over. Gonna go triple leader charge here. Then we're gonna jam the Behemoth. I think for a nice amount of points. This is gonna play for 13 points, I believe. You're boosting all the units but this one. So casual 13 for 5. Decides to try to deal with our Swarm, which is admirable but also not really impactful in any way. We should probably go for the... We should probably win for Yin that turn, actually. We should probably win for Yin that turn. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. And you can see our Erden is all just going to be massive here. We'll probably discard our 2 other cards and just play Erden in the end. Triss could be a little bit tricky if we don't find the Talisman. Yeah, and we can just show him that this was never really a contest. So to be fair, like he did miss his Defender, which would have made it a little bit more tricky, but I still think we win by like 30-40 points. Like, this is not a line you can take as Kelly and expect to win. But it's a very tough matchup for them. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.